Hi there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always it is fantastic to have you here with me again on another review video. Now in today's video I am going to be reviewing one of the products sent to me from Michelle and Mark from the Aisling Distillery. Now the Aisling Distillery is an Australian distillery. They are located in a town called Griffith in my home state, New South Wales. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Aisling Classic Dry Pepperberry Gin. Now this is, I guess, a really awesome thing about this gin is that it is a multi-award winning gin. They took out quite a few awards last year, so for some of you who may be interested, they won double gold at the SIP Awards, bronze at the Tasting Australia for the gin category, and bronze in the Australian Gin Awards as well. Now these were all awarded last year in 2020, so excellent job for you guys at Aisling. Now I shall pour a little bit into my glass and start getting on with the review. Now this has been bottled at 45% ABV, and that is usually a favorite sweet spot of mine for spirits. So let's see how we go. Please forgive some of the background noise. It seems like I'm over a flight path at the moment, and I think in the last 10 minutes about 3 aircraft have gone over. Plus a few wild cockatoos are going around, and I'm hoping that they don't tempt my one to start screeching his head off. So let's see how we go. Alright, on the nose, cheers. Okay, so the nose is quite light but also intense at the same time. You will notice a lot of pepper, citrus. I'm also getting a very subtle honey sweetness. At first I was thinking that it was sugary, but it's not. It's a lot more similar to a very light honey. There's some brilliant spice notes coming through as well. So things like nutmeg. I have to say nutmeg is probably the main dominant spice that I'm picking up. Touch of cinnamon. I'm loving that pepper note that's coming in. The pepper is just constantly coming in. So as you pick up one of the other notes that comes through, it then follows up with the pepper. So you've just got this nice, I guess, marriage of pepper just blending in with the flavors coming in. I think a touch of lemongrass. There is definitely a light, like, citric note to it. Normally I would get things more prominently, say like lemon or lime, but this is definitely more of like a lemongrass type of citrus. Maybe a little bit of sweet mandarin as well. It really just keeps like opening up, and more of the aroma just keeps developing as it opens. I think there's also something slightly waxy as well, kind of like a candle wax note. Yeah, that's very interesting. Then obviously your juniper as well. Should have mentioned that one from the start. Alright, let's get on with the taste and let's see what we get. Alright, so cheers for the palate. Alright, so the mouth feels very interesting. It's light but lingering as well. This is not a heavy gin. There have been some other gins that I have tried before where the palate is very heavy. It's very juniper dominant, and yeah, those juniper notes just create a very heavy texture. This is a lot lighter. You will notice the juniper, but it's not as intense as you may expect if you're comparing to other styles of gins. Again, you've got that pepper. There's like a kind of like a black pepper. That's the main feature, but it is very gentle. It just really allows the other botanicals to shine through and complement each other very well. I am getting, again, pretty much similar notes to what I was getting on the nose. So again, that honey sweetness, which is something that I'm really enjoying. That's not really a note that I've picked up on from other gins that I've tried. I'm also getting, again, that nutmeg and cinnamon, but I'm also getting other things as well that I wasn't getting on the nose. So now I'm getting like sweet red apple, blueberries, raspberries. There's quite a bit of a raspberry bouquet going on at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant. It's a very refreshing gin. I think this is probably a perfect summertime gin. If you like to drink your gin neat, you don't really need to add anything to it if you don't want to. And I mean, especially for summertime drinking when it does get quite hot, you want something light and refreshing. This will be, I think, a perfect gin for that style, and it will also play and blend very well in, say, cocktails, whether it's your standard gin and tonics or whatever else you may like to make. The finish, again, very soft, light, and short. It has all those flavors again. So again, your pepper, the honey, nutmeg, and a bit of this time a bit of cardamom. But it's short. It does what it does, and then it just kind of fades away, which normally is not something that I like. Normally, I do prefer a longer finish. I do enjoy being able to kind of stretch out those flavors and just savor them. But that's not necessary with this gin. All those flavors and notes that you get are just tied up perfectly, very well balanced, and then it's like, okay, on for the next sip or whatever else you want to drink after that, and just go about the rest of your day. This is not a gin that's going to be, it's not going to be challenging you. I think it just sets out to do what it does, and it does it really well. So, guys, that's another fantastic product that you have released. Again, thank you so much for sending me your whiskey samples as well. They were absolutely incredible. And speaking of which, I do also have an Aisling Distillery playlist, which I will put a link down in the description, and also like the info cards, which you may see a little bit closer to the start of the video. But yeah, guys, if any of you have tried this gin before, I would like to know your opinion. So definitely drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me on my journey so far. I always appreciate having you here with me. And if you have not yet subscribed, then make sure you hit that bell notification and the subscription button right now, so that way you can stay up to date with all future content. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. My name is Andrew, and I'll see you all again on the next video. KIPPIS.